This is a live look at Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh, North Carolina. Week 7 is underway in EA Sports College Football, and we are ready for a terrific game. It's the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the NC State Wolfpack. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
The Wolfpack head coach told me before the game, this running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Yellow Jackets ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. And here comes the guy that is a surgeon in this attack. His productivity through the first half of the season has him squarely in the Heisman Trophy race. This offense has it with really good field position. Quick give. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3. Let's talk for a second about NC State. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme. And sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough. So got to continue to play well within the conference.
Turns into the pile. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Motion from the back. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. They forged ahead just a bit. Not working with the Wildcat there. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Now it's 2nd and goal. Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Trying to pound it in. first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns. And the PAT makes it 7-0. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. They'll be looking to him, and he'll probably be keeping an eye on the other side in this great matchup of wideouts.
We've got two receivers playing in this game, two of the best in the entire country. Two guys who had an opportunity to go to the next level, but they came back because they knew they had a chance to compete for a national championship. And now, David, we get this game where these guys are going to go head-to-head. They're seniors. They know the system. They have great chemistry with their quarterbacks, and they're ready to put on a show.
And if you don't think they're peeking over to the other side every time they're not on the field, you are absolutely wrong. This is that kind of showdown. This is draft stock jockeying, right? This is Bolitnikoff at the end of the season. They want to make a name for themselves. Who is the best wide receiver? No better opportunity than to do it head-to-head, and we got that stage today.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Going downfield for the big play. Leaping grab for a big gain. Offense on the move. Hey, big play there. Gets it to the 30.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. And the Yellow Jackets, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Keeps it himself. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. They'll run the screen, and he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for room straight ahead. Pass to 6. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
We reach the break. It's NC State on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Might as well run him again. And he's brought down after a short gain.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game for him.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw one first. Working that left side now. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting them the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
They'll go to the air on second and short. Fires to the tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Wolfpack picked up that last first down with a completion. Let's see what they do here. Sells the run, wants to pass. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Offense needs a couple of yards on 4th down. Remember, they can get the first down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the wideout. Now a timeout is called so they can talk over what to do on 4th and 2. They're down to one timeout left in the half. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Looking for the marker. Not going to get there, and the decision to go for it on 4th down does not work.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Runs through a tackle. Gives him a little more breathing room. A 3-yard gain out to the 7. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. The Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. So from the shadow of his goal post, he gets the punt away. Trying to get started. Can they catch him? You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Got him on the RPO. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Maybe some room here. Got enough space. Touchdown, NC State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Drops back on 1st down. Pulls it in with one hand. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Pulls it in. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Sees an alley. They got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Just feeds the running back. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. This feels like 4 down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Clouds his way ahead. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
QB spikes the ball to stop the clock. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Second and long here. Trying to do it himself. He's got the first down. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. The Wolfpack uses its final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to throw it. Trying to barrel in. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting points on the board before the break.
No gain on the play. Number 41 on the field goal.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Baylor taking on the Tennessee Volunteers. And it's the Bears looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Now back to your game inside Carter Finley Stadium. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Guys, I caught up with Coach Rhett Lashley at the half. They have found a lot of positive momentum here during this winning streak, but it is in jeopardy right now. He said this is the moment we have to come out and assert ourselves and be dominant to start the third quarter. Gain some momentum here and change the course of this game. Guys?
Holly, thank you. The Yellow Jackets with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, going to throw it. Here comes the heat. Looking deep. Pulls it in on the right. Here he goes. 10. To the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
And, man, that is exactly what you wanted to see from this offense to start the third quarter. Like, the passing game, it just wasn't in sync. It wasn't where it needs to be. You dug yourself a little bit of hole, Palmer, but coming out like this, throwing, trusting your quarterback, putting a drive together, that's got to be a good sign.
And this is where the coaching staff really makes their money. When you can go in at halftime and switch things up and make the changes you need to make to your game plan to find that rhythm and get it established. That is such a great way, you're right, to start this thing. And now for this offense, it's about keeping it going and trying to stay one step ahead of the defense.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Long way to go on second down. Caught on the RPO. Breaks into the open. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
They'll send the back in motion. Gets it to the back. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Looking to throw. Hauls it in. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. He wants to throw it again. Got his man down the middle. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. After the 9-yard completion, a wide-open playbook on second and short. Making the adjustment. Working the ground game. On the move at the 30. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. They'll move the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Keys. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Got it behind the line. It's Sharp. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, pressure's coming. Going to try to get it himself. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. A low-line drive and not his best work. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Using his feet. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
Off play action on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, a big key for this defense coming into this game was could they impact this guy when he drops back to pass? We all know he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in all of college football. They weren't sure, honestly, if they were even going to be able to get him to the ground. They just wanted him to get rid of the football earlier than he needed to. But that time, in the second half, they come away with their first sack of the game, and that is going to be a big shot in the arm for this defense.
Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. The throw on second down, and they need a lot. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock him up close. And he muffs it. It's loose.
And that is a backbreaker. Down in the fourth quarter, you need units to play big, make plays for you, and your special teams just cost you big time, just gave away the football. Not many opportunities left, and you just gave a good one away.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they take it in for 6 more points. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. So the Yellow Jacket offense comes out to get this drive underway. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Right side, it's Keys. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Makes the tackle. The Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Sharp. Snags it and he's open. The 20, the 10. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. They are really clicking along, first and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Left side, it's Owens. Snowed under by the defense. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. to go up top on second down. Rush is on. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And obviously, guys, this drive is critical. You're down. You've got to score. So with a couple of timeouts in your pocket, man, like, that changes the whole dynamic of this 2-minute drill. Like, I can work the whole field. And here coming up on third down, man, don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared to run it. Don't be scared to throw a screen to get some yardage to get a first down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
A field goal is not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture. So they'll touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. Inside 2 minutes to play, defense still has a couple of timeouts, but 1 first down will probably salt this game away. This time, they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight. Georgia Tech spends its 2nd timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They give it back to him. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. The Yellow Jackets spend their 3rd and final timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Kick is in the air. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. This drive will open from the 15. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Rush right in his face. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.